Hey guys, welcome back, and this is another part. I think it's part 3 now of this tutorial series on creating a juice and wine glass in Blender 3D. So today I'm going to continue with this. I'm just going to switch quickly to, let's say, to rendered viewport, just to see where we left our scene. Yeah, this is the last part that we left our scene on, and you can see that we were doing the shadow catcher here with this plane and making sure that it casts the shadow on this table here. So now on this part we are going to create the water inside the glass, and then we can turn it into whatever we want. If we want it to be a juice, we'll turn it into a juice. So I'm going to select the glass, hit tab to go to edit mode. Let's see, tab to go to edit mode. I'm not sure why my piece is responding so slow, so I just want it to come here. Let me see, tab, yeah, yes, tab to come to edit mode, and I'm going to deselect everything. I just clicked on the side so that I have nothing selected, and then we're going to zoom in at the center of the glass here. We have this here. Let's see. Yeah, we have these vertices here that I'm going to select and come to the front view by clicking one. Oh, let me just enable the screencast key. Sorry, I forgot to enable the screencast key so that you guys can see on the bottom left corner there what I'm doing. As you can see on our materials here, we still have just the glass material applied on our object. So I'm just gonna make this screen smaller, and then I'm gonna zoom in. To zoom in, I'm just scrolling the middle mouse wheel, and that is the zooming in. So what I'm gonna do is, because you have selected the center here, I box selected with the left mouse button. I'm sure you can see, guys, at the bottom left here. I box selected and then hit Control plus. It will select the next vertex loop. Let me just go to the wireframe so that you guys can see what's going on here. Because this is selected, you see now when you hit Control plus, it select the next edge up to the next edge loop, and then you hold on Control again, plus. Now this is where I want our wine to stop here in the glass. And as you can see, that the reason I was on the solid mode, normally when you are on a solid mode, in order for you to it's easier for you to select just the inside or the outside. It doesn't go through, it doesn't make your mesh almost like not transparent, but you can't select what's on the outside if you are selecting from the inside. The same way, if you are selecting from the inside, you can't select what's on the outside. When you're on the outside, you can't select what's on the inside. That's why I'm on this. Except if you just make your mesh like this, then if it's, you can see through, then if you select here, it will probably select what's on the inside. If you select on from this side, let me just do the selection so that you can see it selected both the inside faces and the outside faces. That's what I didn't want. So when you are on the solid viewport, if you select on the inside, it only selects what's on the inside. If I go to the wireframe, you can see only inside is selected, the outside are not selected. So Control plus a few times will add those edge loops that you want to select. I'm not sure why it's looking like it's not selecting this area here. Something is wrong here, because it's supposed to keep selecting the same similarly, going all the way up. Let me just zoom in and hold down Alt and Shift and click here. Yeah, now it selects everything. I'm not sure why it's not, but let me just Shift D and take this outside and hit P, separate by selection. I just want to see something why I'm not able to. Let me see if I Alt click and hit Control plus. It's going down the right way. It's selecting all the way to the bottom of the class, but when I'm doing it, when I was doing it from the inside, it wasn't selecting some loops. So I'm not sure why that was, but let me start again and go to the edit mode, to the object mode, X, delete. I didn't need that one, so I'm gonna try again and see if it's gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna go inside, but not on the edge. So but on the vertex select mode. Going to come on the inside, but again Z to go to the solid viewport, and let me just see. Yeah, and then come into the to the front view. Control Z, Z to go to wireframe, and then Control plus up to where you want the wine to end. So my wine will be up to here. So Shift D to duplicate. That's it, and then right click to release the selection so that it doesn't move with your mouse, and then P, separate, choose the selection, separated by selection. So now we have two objects, we have this and that. So on the select the inside and come on the side here and rename it to wine, because that was the wine class. Now we just remove the class and leave it as wine. So this is gonna be the wine or water, whatever you're gonna put inside of your glass. So select it and again hit, let's see, Alt click to select the edge loop again, and I to insert, actually E to extrude and I to insert. Let me see. Let me just say scale inward. Let me just scale it on the inward and extrude again and scale it again on the inward, and then F to fill it with a face. So let's go back to the object mode and see. This is how it looks now. When you look at it now, let's see what's going on when you go to the rendered viewport. This is how it looks on the rendered viewport. Come to the front view. Let's see. It's kind of slow. Let me just actually go to the solid mode and then come to the front view and Z, go to the rendered viewport just to see. Yeah, now we have juice and it's looking weird again. I think it's because of the faces and they might be messed up again because we did some extruding. So let me just go back to the wireframe, and we're gonna go here and say show face orientation and go to Z, solid. Yep, the faces of the juice is flipped that wrong way. Let's see. Yeah, the faces are flipped, so you're gonna tap to edit mode and select the faces that you want to flip over. It's gonna be this. Let me just select this face and see. Is it selected? Let me go to the just see why it's not selecting. Okay, the edge loop. Oh, this is the wrong one. Actually, I'm selecting the wrong one. No wonder. Alright, this is selected, and then Control plus I'm selecting going on upwards and again, and then we're going to come here and yeah, and go to face orientation to see those ones, and W, and let's see. Alright, okay, we're going to come to face, and yeah, we're gonna go to the mesh, and then we're gonna with those faces selected, we're gonna come to mesh and go to let's see, normals and flip. So now everything is right. This is how it's supposed to be. So if you uncheck that and go back to the rendered viewport, your water should look like water now. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's looking like water. Let's see now from the camera viewport. Yeah, and it looks like water now. Nothing selected. Our glass is full of water. Let me just do this again. Grab it and move it on the side just to be sure if everything is working right, and then go to this shaded viewport, make face orientation. Oh yeah, I see the problem here. Even the bottom was not I was supposed to flip all the normals. Control Z, everything goes back, and tab, and then select the bottom. Let me just let me see. Selecting everything. Let me select everything and say mesh. Normals. Want to see if I recalculate everything, and tab, take that and grab it outside. Yeah, I just recalculated the normals, so everything is facing the right direction. Okay guys, let's go back to the rendered viewport and see if our choose is right. Oh, I still have the face orientation checked. So let's go now from this viewport. Now our water is fine, but in order to make it work better, you have to make sure that, let's zoom very closer for this one for me to be able to explain better. Now we select the juice and come to the front view here. In order for your juice to work properly, it should be slightly inside of this. If you see that our glass, it's almost like a double layer. It has the inside edge and the inside and the outside edge. I'm not sure if you can see that. I'm trying to show you, like the way we were selecting to create the water, this inner part, we selected the inner faces, so it has the inner faces and the outside faces. So in order for this to work right, they mustn't be on the same place, so you have to make sure that you scale the inside, which is the juice in this in this instance it's the juice. You have to the wine, you have to scale it slightly so that it goes slightly out into the between the edges of the glass. Let's see if it does. Yeah, you see we have these edges here, which is the inside edge and this outside edge. The juice should be in the middle of those. And then another thing that we have to fix now is that when you look at our juice, this corner is almost rounded, but in a normal because of the tension that the juice gets against the glass, this should also be curved inside this way. Instead of curved this way, it should curve this way with the glass. So in order to make that happen, you have to go back to the edit mode, and what I usually do is I select with the face select mode, I select this face and this once and grab them slightly down, grab them to the z-axis slightly like so, and then we come to select this edges. I think if you that and min crease them and add the min crease. Let's see, where's the min crease? Because what I want is to make sure that there's, maybe you can add an edge loop, control R, add an edge loop here and pull it outside to tighten that edge. Then it's gonna be the way you want. You see now it's almost like curved inward, like so. You see it's curved this way. This is how the juice would react with that glass because of the tension. So if you go back to the solid viewport, actually not the solid but the rendered viewport, you'll see that our water is snap again. The normals might be messed up again. Let me just go back to the, every time you change the geometry, the normals might be getting to be flipped and face wrong direction again. So let me just go back to this and see if I can say face orientation, everything is right. Let me just grab that and see. It looks fine, still looking okay, so that means they are not flipped. Let's just get face orientation thing out of the way. Where is it? Let's see. Here we go. Everything is fine. So now our water looks perfect. So let's see if I were to come to the this part here, and let's say let's do the render of this. Control B and select the area that you want to render. That looks fine for me. So now we have the water inside this glass. So in order for us to have the wine or the juice, it's simple now. We're going to just close this and come down to the material, which is here, and scroll down here where it says volume. You're gonna go to volume absorption. You're gonna add a volume absorption. Let's see, volume absorption. And when you go into this material tab that I showed you earlier on, you will see that there's a volume absorption added here, and this is the part where you go in to change the color to whatever you want your wine to be. And let's see if that works. And then the density, turn it to about 40. Let's turn that to 40, and this is the juice, right? It's not the glass. Let me just see if it doesn't change all the materials. Let me just control B now inside of the glass, and you see that let me just see if I make it slightly darker, the wine, because I mean, like, wine is wine, and I don't even know how it's supposed to look, but I do know this looks like wine to me. So let me just render a bigger portion of this, the whole glass maybe. Let me see. I'm rendering the whole glass. Control B, Control B, and select the whole scene to render the whole scene, and deselect that and hit F12. All right. Let's see what this is giving us, and we'll get back, guys, as soon as this wine is rendered, to see if the materials are the way we should have. Let me see. Now when I render this, I don't know what's happening, but it's bringing back the glasses that I hit, the layers that I hit. Let me just with the glasses, yeah, but I switched off that layer of extra glasses. But when I render this, Control B, let me just select the glass and render just this part here, F12. So I'm just rendering the wine, because I don't know why I'm seeing the other glasses that I switch off the layers. And let's see, it looks like the wine is fine for me. I don't know, some wines are light, some others are darker. So to me, this look like a perfect wine, you know. Not that I know what a perfect wine would look like, but this for me looks like a good wine. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, this is fine for me. Yeah, and then let's see. Now I'm going to do something. Now we're going to go back to seeing the whole scene, and then I'm going to make the other glasses visible. They look too big, way too big. I don't know why. Let's just fix the size of those glasses, and just come to this, select them, just the glasses, select the glasses, select glasses, and grab them. And okay, let me start first by scaling them to make them almost similar sizes, our original glass, and grab them over here, probably scale them slightly smaller again, think, and I just want them to be same sizes as the other glass. So from the top view they look fine, and from the camera view they're on this side of the glass. So I'm just gonna move them over to grab them over to this side and see them from this angle, and see GX, something like so, and then one to come to the front view again and make sure that they are GZ. I'm gonna put them over here so that they are all seated properly on the floor, on the table. Let's see. Now we have a wine, and we have two glasses now that has anything inside. No, that has nothing inside. So this, I'm going to leave it as water. So I'm going to select that glass and go to the object mode, tab, and let's see, and select the middle faces, something like that, and then come to the front view, Z to go to the wireframe, control plus 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 plus. We are going where we want the water to end. Nope, I'm gonna add another edge loop actually, because I'm seeing that it's going all the way up. There's no edge loop here in the middle, so I'm just gonna go to the, yeah, from here it goes all the way to the top, and I don't want the choose to be to the top. I could scale it down, but I don't think it will be more accurate. So instead of doing that, I'm going to add an edge loop. Control R, come inside here, add an edge loop, move it slightly up where I want the water to end. That's perfect. And then I'm gonna select the center, come to the front view, go to the wireframe, control plus 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 plus. Yeah, I want my water to end there. Shift D and then P by selection again, and then go to object mode and come over here, change that to water, and now we know that this is water, and then tab to come to edit mode and select this edge loop here, and then extrude and then scale inward, grab it to the Z axis, down, extrude, scale, extrude, scale, and then F for the face, and then tap. Now, because we want that this roundness to go away, we're gonna add the edge loop. Tap to edit mode, control R, add an edge loop here and move it outside to tighten that, and then come to the face select mode, and then I'm gonna go with all proportional editing, and to enable proportional editing over here, and grab it to the Z to make sure that I'm not sure how big is the sphere. Okay, here we go. Again, smaller, because I want to move this down, but I don't want it to go. It might be too much, I think. But I think, yeah. Grab to the Z axis, like so. Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah. Now this is fine. And then I'm going to go to the object mode, come to the face orientation again, see if any faces need to be fixed. Yeah, tab and then all, go to object, to mesh, normals, and recalculate insert. Let's see, mesh, normals, flip, let's see, tab, grab the inside and see. I want to see, yeah, all the normals are fixed. So I'm gonna come here, and like I said, now I'm going to go here again, face orientation, and check that, come to the yeah, on the same tab, come to the front view, actually go to this side view with 3 side view, wireframe, and then I just have to scale it again. Like I said, that it has to come in between the face, the inner faces and the outer faces. So scale it slightly outward, like so. It's fine. And then now let's see, if I go to the rendered viewport, what do I get? We got a water inside that glass, and it looks fine to me. I got a water inside this glass. Now I'm coming to the third glass now, getting the wine, the most exciting one, I think, of the whole tutorial. So I'm gonna go to the object mode, on the shaded viewport, deselect by clicking on the side. I don't know why I have to click on the side now to deselect suddenly, and then I'm gonna zoom in to get to the center, select those. Oh, actually I have the wrong thing selected there. I have to go to Vertex select mode, not on the face select mode. So come into the front view again, Z to go to wireframe, and then control plus selecting. What's going on the sideway? I don't know. Let me just select and select again. Let's see if I selected at the bottom, some at the bottom here, which is wrong. I'm gonna go to the top, zoom in, move it over here and select that, come to 1, Z, wireframe, control plus plus plus. Yeah, now it's going the right way. So I don't know, the juice should be here. Yeah, the guy who drinks the juice likes the juice a lot. Shift D, here we go, select it, and then I'm going to P again. P by selection, object mode, select this inner juice here on the highball, change it from that, say juice. I'm gonna say juice because I only have orange juice. If I had different juices, I was gonna be specific on what juice is it, orange or apple juice. So because it's just one juice and water and wine, so I don't think I need to be specific on the name. Yeah, so let's go back and select the juice. And why it's not selecting? Yeah, there is it. And then I'm gonna go to tab, edit mode, and see if, yeah, and then extrude and scale. Oh, turn off proportional editing and scale it. Scale it like so. Grab Z to go down, and then Control R, and then edge loop here, and tighten that out by moving the edge loop. GG, move the edge loop outward. Let's see, something like so. That's fine. Then Alt, select the inner edge loop, F to close it. Now when we go there and come to the side again, scale it slightly bigger. Yeah, perfect. And then go to that rendered viewport, go to the front view. It looks like we've got 2 water glasses, and this is supposed to be juice. But before we do anything again, let's go to the Z, solid face orientation, which is very important. I keep doing it like this so that you guys don't forget to do that in your own scenes. There we go. Tab, select everything, mesh, normals, flip, and then tab. Just select the inner juice and move it outside so you can see if it's facing the right way. So perfect. So now we are on the rendered viewport. Oh, don't forget to uncheck that. Go to the camera viewport and deselect everything. Now you have juice. Now for the juice, what we're gonna do is we're going to go to the material again, and now on the volume we're gonna add a different one, another volume, absorption, principled volume. Yeah, we're gonna add a principled volume to make the juice. And now this is where it gets interesting, because the juice has a lot of characteristics that other things don't have. So we're gonna use this one here so that we can use all the colors here. The color of the juice is going to surely be orange, so let's just go over here and see. I don't know if that's the right color. And then on what should we do? Let's see the density here. We're gonna put it on 40. I put it on 40, and it's pretty much, I hope it doesn't change this one. It looks like it's changing the water as well. So let me just go back, and actually let me just delete that, come to the materials here and make sure that, oh, it's 4 items that's sharing the same same material. So I make sure that this is a separate material. So we're gonna name it juice. So this is juice. Whatever we do on this one won't happen on the other ones. So we're gonna come here. We can say Shift A, add on this, but I prefer to use this, which is easier to find. Principled volume, which is that one, and then it's gonna be connected automatically on the right slot. Then I'm gonna scale this a little bit so that we can come here, change the juice yellowy, orangey, or yellowy, something like that. For the color, the density, I'm gonna put it on 40, and let's see. Now this is what it does, which doesn't really work. Now this is where you're gonna come to this tab here and go to the let's see, on the volume. Yeah, we're gonna come down here and go to the volume, add that up to 12, change that to 12, and now it's allowing us to see through the glass. And let me see now from the camera view, if I'm going to Control B, select this little area here, probably this much, and hit F12. Now the render is gonna be pretty slow on this one because of now it's got a lot of calculations to do. Let's just do that and see how is our juice gonna look like. It looks fine, but I'm not sure if, yeah, it's because of this render samples. I think, yeah, it looks pretty weird. Let me just see what are the render samples that I've chosen for this whole thing. Render 64, yeah. Let's just change that to 200, and let's see, 200, and do I need it? Yeah, I checked that on that one, and let's just try and render it again and see what does it give us now when I put it on 300, the render samples. Because my PC is rendering with the CPU, not the GPU, it's taking a lot longer than yours might take to create the same scene if you have the graphics card on your PC, but on this one you don't have the graphics card, so it takes a little longer to render. So let me just see. Okay, it looks good to me, so that means I can just tweak a few things. Let me just Control E, select the whole scene now to render the whole scene. And should I reposition the camera? Let me just go to the object mode, to the this render viewport, and go to the side view. Scale this camera smaller because it's a little too large for the scene, and then look at it and go to the 3, move it closer and see, and then move it over here just for composition. Grab it to the Y. Nope, let's grab it this way, freestyle. I'm moving it freestyle now, but I think I should move it with a rendered viewport so that I can see better the scene. I think it's better now, but I think I might not want to put the juice there. So let me select these 3 items. I accept it. Yeah, all these other ones except for the floor. Grab Shift Z, so it's gonna move, but on any other direction but the Z axis, because of I don't want it to go down. Yeah, I wanted this. I want it here. But where's the juice? Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't select the juice with everything. So I'm gonna select everything like so. This and B, deselect this. Let's see, B, deselected. Yeah, then come to this side and grab Shift Z, move this over here closer to the camera. Everything is moving closer to the camera, and I'm gonna render the whole scene now, guys, the way it is. I think the composition for me is good enough because this tutorial is not about composition, it's about making juice, water, and the wine. So let me increase the render samples and render the whole thing, and see you guys later, and we'll see how the scene looks.